More John Jackson and Brittany Abercrombie now, the opposite hitter senior on USC women's volleyball. Brittany, the women of Troy at 8-3 overall. You've spent a lot of time on the road so far. How would you rate the first almost month of the season?
I think we can improve. I think that we've showed we can be a great team with wins over Creighton and Michigan. You could just feel the energy on the court, and you could feel our connection as a team. And then the few losses that we've had, we've kind of lost that energy and lost that fight. And so we're working every day in practice to really bring it back and try to push that through the rest of the season.
In your opinion, is it a situation where it's just a timing of continuity and those type of things? Because, I mean, the talent is there, obviously.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot to do with timing, mindset, and our coaches are pushing us a lot on preparation this season.
And obviously, as a senior, it's a younger team. Have you taken a leadership role? How do you try to lead, knowing that you've been there and done that?
Yeah, so first and foremost, I try to be a good friend and a good teammate outside the court. And on the court, I'm not the loudest person, and so I really try just to lead by example and work hard every day in practice and try my best during all the games so that people will follow.
Who's the loudest person?
Rennie really gets excited. Victoria gets really excited too, and I don't know, Kalia gets excited, yeah.
All right, so you guys beat Oklahoma, 3-1, and you had 3 players that were in double-digit in kills. You, of course, being one of them, and had your career high or tied your career high in terms of kills. What was it about that game? Is it, I know when other athletes will say, "Hey, I just felt it was that game," or was it just perfectly set up for you?
I think it had a lot to do with my preparation as well as the rest of the team. I mean, I can't get any of those kills without our pass being good, our passers being good, and our setters being good. I have a direct connection with Rennie, who's my setter for my 3 rotations, and when we're feeling it, I just tell her, give me the ball, and she's on board.
Yeah, so, JJ always talks about this in football. JJ was a receiver, and so he always talks about how receivers have to beg for the football. And as a hitter, is it a similar situation where, hey, you're in the setter's ear and you need to, say, I'm feeling good right now, keep working me, keep feeding me the ball?
Yeah, that happens sometimes, but normally our setters are good enough that if someone's playing hot, then they'll give the ball to them.
Oh, so it's not a situation like with football players. They're like, look, give me the ball or else.
Yeah.
It's not that serious. Talk to me about a little bit, outside of volleyball. I know that you're in the nonprofit sector. You have a major interest in that, and you spend 180 hours with the Red Cross. Talk to me about your experience during the summer.
Yeah, so I worked for the Red Cross, the American Red Cross out in West LA in the International Services Department. And I wanted to kind of dip my toes in the nonprofit sector and see if it was something that I wanted to do as a career. And I absolutely loved it. I learned so much about the LA community and the impact that the American Red Cross makes and the Red Cross around the world. And hopefully I can continue something either with the Red Cross or with a different nonprofit in the future.
You make the most of your summers, too. What'd you do in your other 2 summers when you've been in college?
Yeah.
You've been all over the world.
Yeah, so after my freshman year, I played abroad in China with the USA college team, collegiate national team or something.
Yeah.
And then the summer after that, I studied abroad in Brussels for a Maymester. That was a lot of fun. I had a great time. Being a normal student for once, studying abroad. Okay, and then this past summer, our volleyball team went on a 10-day Europe trip.
Wow. And
traveled all throughout Europe, and it was a really fun time.
Okay, so help me with the volleyball here, because I know it enough to be dangerous, but not as well as you do, so I need you to explain this to me. You're left-handed, okay, but you play on the right side.
Yeah.
And that's an advantage, okay? So for somebody like me that can't really sort of figure that out, tell me why.
Okay, so if you're right-handed, you'll play on the left side, and if you're left-handed, you'll play on the right side, because when the setter is setting the ball, you have a better angle and more options to hit on the whole court.
Okay, so you can go cross-court or go down the line.
Yeah, it just has to do with angles and where you're intersecting the ball. I mean, there are great right-handed opposites as well, but it's just easier if you're left-handed.
All right. Well, hey, you have the Bruins this week. You've been here long enough to know what that means. Is the rest of the team ready for the challenge that is the Crosstown Showdown?
Yeah, definitely. We want those bragging rights, and we have been practicing really hard all week for the game on Wednesday.
Well, we want it for you as well.
Yeah.
They're coming up on Wednesday. They're going across town to Westwood. USCTrojans.com/tickets. They're heading into Pac-12 play. Lots of opportunities to come see USC women's volleyball at Galen Center. Thank you to Brittany Abercrombie. When we come back, it's the defensive coordinator of the Trojans, Clancy Pendergast, is next on Trojans Live.